it has a lot of history in itself, or could have a lot of history in itself. There's the possibility that in 1753, when Washington and Guest came through this area, they could have come through this area to get down to Pine Creek, which was known as Piney Creek then. But it just says that they came to the headwaters of Pine Creek, and there are 4 pieces coming into Pine Creek. Which one did they hit? So, who knows? But it's enough to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck when you read it, and you say, what? They could have come right down to my property? My name's John Buxton. I'm considered a historical artist, historical painter, or painter of our heritage because of where I live and what I do. You get in a zone when you're painting. You know, you fall in love with it. Basically, you have to fall in love with what you're trying to do, and you have to research these pieces before you even do the sketch. I try to read only those passages of those books that are into whatever it is I'm trying to do. And you know me, I talk off on tangents all over the place, so it's easy as heck when you're starting to research stuff to get off on tangents. So I've got little markers and tons of books that I'll never read the other part because I was trying to find out about one thing. I don't consider myself a historian. I am an historical artist, but if I have a commission to paint an actual historical event, I will hire 1 or 2 historians to put a pile together for me of the pertinent information on whatever that event was that we're trying to do a painting of. Then what I try to do is I try to go to the actual site from 200, 250 years ago or whatever it was. Now, it's going to probably not look anything like that today, but it will tell me where the light hits something, where the terrain may be the same, or whether I can imagine what it may have looked like if it had 200 or 250-year-old trees on it. For example, if it was a rainy day at noon back in 17 whatever it was, I will try to shoot my models at a rainy day at noon. Then from that, I go back to this information. It used to be different when you had slides, you'd lay them all up on the light table, but now you load them on the computer, look at as many as you can, and I'm getting more mental images because now what I'm working with is shapes. I'm working with the values, the shapes that shadows make. And I'm still trying to tell the story as best possible, whatever it is we're trying to, to illustrate whatever the event was. I'm not trying to sound like I'm John Wayne, but I would think all artists fall in love with what they're going to do it. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be doing it in the first place, okay? Then when you actually get into the painting, that's when the real fun develops. And basically just put it in the dress. This is part of, what makes so much fun what I do, or what we as historical painters do. Because we connect to the land, we connect to the stuff that happened in our own backyard. So it makes it so much more interesting for people, students or whatever, that read about history to actually show them what it may have looked like. So that's the reason for sort of doing what I do.